In a world full of algorithms, relationships are your competitive advantage. That is a quote from founder of BNI, Dr. Ivan Misner, and it is so relevant for today. I'm going to explore that. Also going to explore the concept that maybe somebody that you're more familiar with, Gary Vaynerchuk, in this world of AI and digital and artificial. He's talking about how people will move more and more to analog, the power of analog, real in-person communication and community building. That's what I'm going to break down to you today, because this mental model that I'm about to draw up here will change the way that you look at how you market your business and communicate who you are, what you do, and what that means for your future. So welcome. This is Dunn On Purpose. My name is Aaron Dunn. And I love talking about communication, community building, and how that builds stronger company. This video is on Facebook. It's on YouTube. Subscribe and like and all of that. Let me know what you're thinking. But you can also find it, if it's more convenient for you, Dunn On Purpose Podcast. That's D-U-N-N, my last name. Okay? So back to the quote. Relationships are your competitive advantage in this world of algorithms. And so this matters because we've never had more leverage in our communication than we have in the past. You think about it, how many people in the world have this ability to speak to potentially millions of people at scale. Now, that doesn't always happen with every single piece of content or media that you upload, but the opportunity and the possibility exists. And now with AI and all the other technologies that are at our fingertips, mostly for free for most people, there's an unparalleled opportunity for people to communicate who they are and what they do, and connect with the people that they need to on a mass scale. However, the technology has also equipped us to create things that aren't actually real or human. We have gone in this artificial space, and we crave authenticity and realness even more. And so in this, I want to give you this mental model, because that's how I think about things. I love thinking about things in frames. And so I want to give you a model, a map, if you will, to think about communication of who you are and what you do in your business, maybe in a different way. And so here we go. Hopefully you can see this. I'm going to also explain it for those who are just listening. And if you'd like more on this, just let me know. So it starts like this. So in communication, the goal of communication, we're going to go left to right here. I'm going to make this a thick line on my underlayment. And so we start with awareness. So that's communication, right? So anytime that we communicate via text or audio or video, we share something that creates an additional level of awareness. And what we want to do is move toward this. This is the most important word on this piece: trust. And so the goal of any kind of communication, or really marketing, is moving somebody from awareness of me or of you to trusting you. That is the goal. So how do we do that? So here comes the other line. So I'm going to draw another line here down the middle. And there's tools that we have to be able to communicate with each other. And so I'm going to put digital up here on the top, and we're going to put analog at the bottom. And so this is that barbell effect that Gary Vee talks about. So you have a barbell of digital and analog. And so it's not about this being superior to this, digital being superior to analog. We're not talking about how, one is better or one stronger, or you can do more with one or the other. They're just tools at the end of the day. And it's about finding the right mix of each that complement each other. And that's what I want to open up for you. So you have awareness on the left side of the line, and then that's moving us toward trust. It's essentially an arrow. And then you have digital up at the top and analog down below, really because digital is so good at creating these wide connections, right? We can create wide awareness with digital communications, more effective than a billboard or anything like that. And then analog, in person, you and me, belly to belly, as some people would say, that's where we can actually go deeper. We can go deeper and learn more about each other. In BNI, we talk about the power of one-to-ones. When we have an actual one-to-one conversation and meeting, essentially, to get to know each other on that deeper level. So both powerful tools of communication and connecting with people, but they are they're separate, they're different. And so what does this mean in the context of this map, this mental model? Well, with the goal being trust, at the end, we're going to look at how we navigate this world of communications, and I want to invite you to consider how you are communicating who you are and what you do. And so, as we cross this chasm, check it out. So, first, we're going to go from this corner, and then we're going to draw a line to the bottom right, okay? So we're drawing a line from the top left to the bottom right. And so in this corner, you've got digital awareness, essentially. And so what this does is reinforce the analog trust. And so when you think about your content, your messaging and things, if say, for example, you see this video and you've never met me before, you've never analogued in-person belly to belly me before, well, now you're aware of me. Or maybe you see a post or somebody else sees your post. You see a post, you make a post and somebody sees it in a Facebook group or on Instagram or something like that. You have created a level of awareness. Now, imagine that they see you at the grocery store, analog. Well, or maybe it's a networking event, because they've seen, let's pretend that you've been really consistent. They're seeing they're following you, and they're seeing more and more of your stuff. You're moving them down this trust curve within this model. And so when you meet them at church or at a networking event or something like that, that first time in this analog zone, they actually leap forward. They leap forward and they're more likely to trust you because your existence is actually confirming more of what you have already talked about. Now, of course, this just highlights the value of integrity and how important it is, because if you're doing a whole bunch of digital stuff artificially and then you can't back it up analog, then we have a problem. But let's just assume that you're doing the right thing all the time. And so that is one way to look at this. The other way is bottom left to top right, okay? Bottom left to top right. Now, the goal is still awareness to trust. I just want to invite you to think about the way that this might work. And so in this, I meet somebody at an event. That's the first time they've ever met me, and I'm introduce myself, shake hand, whatnot. So I've got a level of awareness with this person, okay? And then, hey, we have a good conversation. I get interested in their business. I get to know, who they are. Maybe I'd like to connect with this person, and with the digital tools that we have with Facebook or something, I might even get their number. I'm going to get your number. We're going to swap business cards, something like that. I'll shoot you a text, something like that. So I shot you a text, right? So I met you in person, boom, but then I also shot you a text. And so just in this instance, like I've got you here, but then I also added a point here, okay? So a point there, I'm moving from awareness to trust, okay? And so that digital communication has reinforced the analog trust, but we also are moving this way where we're going, okay, so we in person, I shot you a text, that's cool, and then I connect with you, or somebody follows you or whatnot, and then you make a video. So all of a sudden, because you have posted a video or a picture or something like that, doesn't even have to be about your business, that person's leaping forward and is more likely to trust you because they're like, oh, well, that's not just some person on the internet sharing information. That's Aaron. I met him. I actually know that guy, right? Or whoever you are. And so I know that it can be kind of hard to see this. It's not the most clear or whatnot. I hope this makes sense to you. If it doesn't, feel free to ask a question in the comment. But I want to invite you to just examine your marketing and how you communicate who you are and what you do, and view it through this lens of the digital and analog, and then how you can reinforce and increase trust with the person that you're looking to build trust with through both, because that is really where the magic happens. It's not choosing, oh, I'm just going to go all in on content this year, and it's not, I'm just going to network locally. It's how can I do each and have them reinforce each other on a regular basis, because there's people that are growing in trust with you the more often that they see you. In BNI, we talk about it in VCP. It's also a power acronym that's available on my website, poweracronym.com. I've curated it from BNI. It stands for visibility, increases credibility, which thus increases profitability. And so the more somebody sees you, the more credible you become, and thus the more profitable your business becomes. I frame it in the 3 C's. This is why I keep reinforcing the 3 C's, and you can't really see that up there either, but communication, community building, and how that builds stronger companies. So the way that you communicate via text, via verbiage, via audio, video, how you present yourself in person, online or offline, that creates the awareness, and then that creates trust over time with consistency and integrity. That creates trust, and that trust creates more business. So strong communication builds stronger community, and then stronger company, whether it's a company you are building like a business or the company that you keep. Let me know what you think about this video. Don't forget to like and subscribe. I really appreciate your attention. Have a great day.